हर व्यापार को दे पहचान, व्यापार जगत।
Man is a social animal and he is connected with the social group, and we have somebody who is amplifying the social circle. I name it that way. Please welcome Vivek Nathwani from Social Amplifier. He is the founder of Social Amplifier. He is a visiting faculty of Digital Marketing, National Institute of Mass Communication and Journalism from Ahmedabad. He is also done advanced digital media. He is also a lecturer.
Yeah, I'm a visiting faculty at one of the pioneer institutes in Ahmedabad. Yes.
Yeah. And he is also a member of BNI Artemisia. He is also politically enthusiastic person, and he's from the national. He's a national committee member at IT and digital marketing at Sri Lohana Mahaparishad. So, how do you feel to be here first?
It's wonderful to be here, specifically with vyapaarjagat family. It doesn't feel like an outsider because they have been so warm and kind, and I've always been fond of vyapaarjagat's initiatives, and I'm glad to be part of this one.
When I was just reading about you, I was fascinated by that word amplifier.
Yeah.
Because basically amplifier means which gives high voltage, which increases the voltage, and it spreads all around in a equality balanced way. So how did this name spark in your mind for your company?
Basically, it all started when I was planning to start my own digital marketing agency. This is close to 3.5 years back. So at that time, we were looking for some names that can easily be recognizable and also for people to understand and remember for a long time. So while discovering a lot of names, we finally chose Amplifiers because at the end we are in the business of amplifying the brands and businesses and what they do. It could be their products or services. So we are in a business where we market our clients, and marketing is itself a medium of amplification, and that's when we chose upon this name, Social Amplifiers.
That's great. As Rome was not built in a day, we always find about the success story of the person. Would like to know more about what are the struggles you faced in developing or establishing this social amplifier.
Basically, more than struggles, I'll feel it was something that none of the world had accepted or expected to happen. That was COVID, because it was just 5 to 6 months that we started our own agency, and the world was gifted with COVID, and we were gifted with lockdown. So it was a little struggling phase initially, just because we had just started our operations, our team. We just found the right team, we just found the right clients, and all of a sudden the world was on a halt. Fortunately, the clients that were with us trusted us, and even today they are with us. So that struggle was not that much of a struggle, just because first of all we had confidence in our own skill set. My team members were confident enough that sir, we will pull it off. And my clients were so patient and supportive enough that they knew that in the times to come we will be there where we should be.
That's great. Good spirit to move forward. I would like to ask you one more question. Like as you said that you had a good team support, how do you encourage your company culture?
So basically, although I represent Social Amplifiers and I'm the founder, but I don't act like a founder, and none of my team members act or behave like they are not equals. So we have a culture of equals here, where everyone do their own part, everyone justify what their role has been defined as, and together collectively as a team we do the great work that we do for our clients. And apart from that, we also have certain policies that we have introduced as a team. For example, we have a sick leave in place, but we also have a period leave for our all women staff members that makes them comfortable enough to take leave as and when they want. And last but not the least, we also have health insurance policy for all our staff members, so they know and their family members know that this is a good company to work for.
So basically, your company is a place where one can trust while joining as a family
Absolutely, absolutely.
and not as an employee.
Not as an employee, yes.
That's great. Have you ever turned down any of your client if you feel like you turned?
Usually in our industry, clients turn us down if they're not happy with our services or something. But there have been two instances where I will say that we have had to say no to our clients, and one of them was financial. They had not paid up on time. But more than that, the second one was when they were slightly getting personal and abusing my team members. That was something that we felt is not tolerable or acceptable. Because my respect or my team members' request is respect is as equal as it should be. So and at the end of the day, we all are professionals, so we should be treated with utmost dignity and sincerity.
Yeah, dignity is the right to all, so it has to be maintained. So, what would be your biggest aha type of moment?
One of the biggest aha moments could be the work that we have done for one of our real estate clients. The result that we have generated is that we could generate close to more than 3,000 leads for a client, where there were close to 970 plus site visits, and apart from that, there have been close to 40 plus conversions. So that means sales, and it's very difficult to crack a real estate sales when it comes to, it could be either a physical or a digital solution. But gratefully we have been able to do that, and the client is so happy, and now that client has become a brand advocate, and they are referring us to their friends and family circles.
That's really an aha moment. So basically, it's not easy to move stably with such a big company and with expansion. So I suppose you must be going with some investors round and raising your funds. So I was keen to know who are your investors?
Basically, we are a bootstrap company. So I started this agency with my 4 years of savings. Previously, I was working in Bangalore, and later on I was working in Pune. So close to my 4 years of saving is completely invested in this agency, and that's how we started. And we don't have any investors. We have my team members itself are my investors, because they have invested the time, energy, hard work, sweat, and everything that has pulled off great results. So in that ways, we all are investors, and if you are asking financial wise, there is no investor. It's a completely bootstrap company.
So a self-made company.
Self-made company, yes, absolutely.
So your background has been from Symbiosis, Bangalore, and you've been basically from Gujarat.
Yes.
So how was your dal dhokli to idli kind of journey there?
It was fantastic. To be honest, initially there were hiccups when it comes to culture, when it comes to food. But the best experience was Bangalore itself, because I feel that it's a world of startups, and when you're around people who are constantly evolving, innovating, and coming up with some great ideas, you feel inspired. You feel that you should do something, or you should learn from these great minds, and that's what made me empowered and enlightened. And I'm still grateful to that beautiful city. And if I can share a hack, that ever a time, once a year I go to Bangalore just to explore that city and just to find what's happening new, because once I come back, I'm completely energetic again. So that's like my people go abroad to relax and refresh. For me, it's Bangalore.
So basically, it is your rejuvenation
Yes, absolutely.
Spot.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Bangaloreans would be very happy to know that. The journey which you are going through, which you are walking through, sounds very kind of cheering up and inspirational to listeners, me as well, and our team also. And there would be a lot of people who would be watching you here. What would be a simple message you would like to give them for those people who are planning to start up but they hesitate on the grounds of finances, or maybe they can't those who have some self doubts about them? So what kind of message you would like to give them?
I'll just share a story here. When I was planning to start my own agency, This is 3.5 years back. My friends, whom I believe are my strongest support, they were very negligent. They told, "अरे क्यों agency खोल रहा है, job अच्छी चल रही है, you are also earning good." But I always had that zeal to start my own. And of course, there were such thoughts that, if this is the right time, should I still save some more money, or how would I venture into a new environment or a market like Ahmedabad, which I've never explored before. So those were some self-doubting questions that I had. But to be honest, there is never a better time. So there's never a better day. You just, if you are sure, if you are passionate enough, and if you are confident enough yourself that you can pull it up, then there is no stopping, and you will be successful in the times to come.
And where do you see social amplifiers after 10 years?
Our simple motto is that, we become the best digital marketing agency, not just in India, globally. But of course, that has to come when we are recognized in India, and that's the key objective that we are focusing upon. That in 5 to 7 years down the line, we want to be known as the best digital marketing agency in India. If not best, then we want to be known as the most loved digital marketing agency whom clients and brands trust. And of course, in 10 years down the line, we would like to start our global operations in 3 to 4 countries.
That's great. So my next question would be, how would you incorporate technology into day-to-day routine life?
Technology is already part of our day-to-day routine life. There is no denying about it. Be it our mobile phones, be it our laptops or gadgets, even if we talk about our smartwatches, everything has technology in it. My business, if I say about, is running on social media basically, or exploring digital platforms. So without technology, I don't think I would be here sitting right now. So technology is already part of our day-to-day lives. Of course, we need to use it wisely. We need to be cautious that we don't become the servants of it, but we remain the masters of the technology at the end of the day. And lastly, and not the least, but we should not get addicted to it. That's a simple motto.
Yeah, so excess of anything is a poison.
Poison, absolutely.
So how would you define Vivek Nathwani in just 3 words?
Oh, just 3 words. I'm a poet. Sorry, 3 words, right? Sorry. Poet, conqueror, and hard worker.
And the 4th word I can add is like a protector for your employees.
Thank you.
So what makes social amplifiers different from other competitors? Because mostly nowadays social marketing, digital marketing, it has become a vital kind of marketing. It's a vital, I should say it's like a rib of the body of any business. So what makes social amplifiers different from other digital marketing companies?
There are a lot of social media or digital marketing agencies currently in India, and to keep one thing different than others is very difficult. But how we differentiate ourselves are in 2 aspects. One is that we focus on consumer psychology, because when we crack the consumer psychology, we are able to generate good results, like how we have generated for our client in real estate. Second is data-driven marketing. So that data-driven marketing or data-driven insights also help us understand the consumer behavior. And again, when we know who is our target audiences, we are able to justify the campaign that we are doing for our clients, and at the end of the day, that showcases in the results that we generate for them. So I believe this is how we would call ourselves different. One is cracking the consumer psychology and focusing upon data-driven approach.
So how do you see yourself when you were a teenage and you had a lot of dreams and aspirations to move, and right now you are here with a social amplifier? So what makes that difference? Have you followed your same goals, or there would be lots of ups and downs you must have seen yourself? Is it the same Vivek Nathwani who was a teenager, as is he the same man at Social Amplifier after establishing Social Amplifier? This is based on the personal cycle,
Journey.
personal journey.
So when it comes to personal journey, as a teenager, I had no clue that we will have social media booming after 10 years or 15 years down the line. So that I was clueless on that. But as a Gujarati, we all have a zeal that we'll start our own company someday. We will become entrepreneurs someday. It could be a lorry, it could be a lorry, or it could be a small business, a retail, or say a manufacturing one, or a say into trading, for example. So there was always this goal that as a Gujarati, you have to start your business, and this is what every Gujarati probably would agree on that. That we all are born, or we all have a dream that we will have our own business, however small it could be or big it could be. Yes, so that was always a dream. Fortunately, I'm lucky enough that I could jump into the bandwagon in the earlier times. Since digital marketing, I think, came in India in 2012, 13, 14, and I joined this industry in 2015, 2016. So I had that first mover advantage. I got to learn a lot of skills, and probably that is also helping me in taking my company as well as my clients forward.
That's great. So I would even like to know who is your inspiration and entrepreneur part. Who would be your entrepreneur who has an inspiration as an entrepreneur, backing up in your mind all the time, because everybody have their own icon to follow. So we would like to know that more.
It's very weird to say, and I'm being completely modest here, but I don't have an inspiration. I believe the biggest inspiration of mine is myself, because there are such times as an entrepreneur that you come across when you are not sure on the way forward, when there are, as I told, self doubt thoughts that come across, and that's the only time when you back yourself up that things will go in the right track. Just keep going, just keep focusing. So I believe I am my biggest inspiration, and after 10 years, I would still say that I will remain my biggest inspiration. So yeah, that's.
So that's the confidence and the spirit you carry with you. That's really glad to know, because I've seen people who are following their icons and they try to imitate them.
So I'll just add one point here. As you stated that there are people who follow their icons and imitate them. I believe we are ourselves different icons. You are a different icon, I am a different icon, and we are unique in ourselves. So why to imitate someone? Why don't you leave a legacy in the times to come?
I agree. I do agree that. You see, like it is said that what has come has to go. So how do you think you can take an exit, as like nobody lives forever? So how would you like to take an exit from the corporate world?
I don't think I'm going to exit. Not even when I'm 99 years old. I will still keep exploring new technologies and how it could add value to my clients or to the business that I cater to. Of course, I have few plans of starting my own, not just digital marketing agency which I'm continuing. I also have a few startup ideas that I would like to explore in the times to come. But having said that, if people would like to remember me, they would only remember me as someone who worked really hard and who never gave up on whatever it could be. I'm not sure if I'll achieve that success or I will be a failure. I don't know that. That only time can tell. But I want to be remembered as someone who really worked hard and never gave up.
You would be remembered as an amplifier.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, who has connected a lot of social media, I mean brands over your marketing strategies and all, and you excel in that. So I don't think you'll need to take an exit, but if in case you would be remembered as an amplifier, for me at least.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So basically, when you would be teaching people, your students, because you are a faculty, so what would be the most weird question if any student has asked you related to your subject?
They've not asked me a weird question. They did ask me why I chose to become a visiting faculty. And I actually didn't expect them to come up with this question. The reason being, I thought they're asking questions on the subject or how to run this campaign, all these kind of questions. I never thought someone would ask me, sir, why did you become a visiting faculty? So that was a weird question, and my answer was simple. That since I'm in the business of digital marketing agency, what the problem which a lot of entrepreneurs like me in the same domain are facing is that we don't have skilled manpower. What happens is we hire freshers or trainees from these institutes, B institutes, business institutes, and then we train them. So training them takes 3 to 4 months of hours, and once they are ready, probably time comes like that they probably switch to another company, and then you as an entrepreneur you feel that you invested so much time, energy, and somehow it went into win for your own business at least. So this is what I'm trying to overcome is that I make all these students job ready, and even if they don't want to do a job, if they want to join their own family businesses, that's also okay, but they should know the right skill sets through which they can start from day one and create wonderful campaigns.
That's great, because you're training the youth as well.
Yeah.
And not just for your company, but not the other company, but for themselves.
For themselves, for their life.
So that's
Yes.
an excellent job you are doing there. Basically, I would even like to know, like, if in case you have a competitor, and you move forward with that competitor, and you know he is your competent and you are competitor. So how would you try to trace that competitor and overtake him? Suppose if there is suppose there is an order, or there is some business plan which you are following, and if he is also following. So basically, we all have in our minds that we need to overtake this person. So how would be your strategy there?
It's a very interesting question, to be very honest. I've never thought that such a question someone would ask me such a question. So I'll be honest. I've never thought upon competition because I'm not here to compete. I'm here in this industry to rule. So that's first of all not there in the syllabus. But if if for companies or brands that we pitch or we are in talks with, there are multiple players who are in the talks with the same company. So what happens is at the end of the day, what client chooses or which agency client wishes to go with is purely the strategy that they feel it would benefit their business. So my goal is to give the most practical strategy that I believe that it would help my client to grow. As simple as that. Some other agency or some other competitor could have a different strategy. So at the end of the day, we both should give our best strategy forward and let the client decide who can take their brand forward.
I think you had already answered, but then how do you deal with your own self-doubts?
Best way to deal, this is for my this is based on my understanding. The best way to deal with self doubt is the first approach could be that you look yourself where you were 5 years back and where you are currently, and you analyze if you have grown or not. If you have grown, you are only going to grow henceforth, not in terms of age, but in terms of experiences and learnings. Second part is that at times self doubts get heavy on your head, and at that time it's best to either embrace nature. For me, it's writing poetry. I write poetry, so that is something that relaxes me. For some people, it could be listening to music. For some people, it could be meditation. So whatever ways you feel you can lighten yourself up from that heavy baggage would only help you in easing yourself and letting go of your self-doubts.
That's great. And one more thing it was going on behind my head. Suppose if COVID, we already spoke about COVID and the lockdown, and everybody faced the business crisis all over the world. And I never wish that any such situations comes again or appears again. But however, more or less, there are certain researches and there are circulars being passed about the COVID attacks again. If in case there would be second lockdown, how would you deal as an entrepreneur with, do you have any plans, or how would you deal with that situation?
I think the best thing, I won't say it's the best thing, it's worse for some people and some families, and I feel really bad for them. But as an entrepreneur, you have learned all the mistakes that you have already done during the first lockdown. So even if second lockdown comes up, not just me, all the business entrepreneurs across the world know how to move forward because they've learned from the first lockdown. And something similar is what I will say for myself, that even if tomorrow second lockdown is been announced, we are all ready, and we all have the tools in place to just embrace it and still keep doing our good work that we are doing for our clients.
What kind of person you are, basically, you think? Who is Vivek Nathwani?
Professionally, I'm very confident.
I'm asking about personally.
Personally, I'm very shy.
Okay.
I'm very shy because I'm not that extrovert, which probably some people who are viewing this interview must be thinking. In personal life, I'm very shy, I'm very reserved, I don't share much, and I keep things to myself only. So that's how I am personally. And of course, we all have dreams, and I'm still dreaming.
Great. And what are your strengths? I don't ask weaknesses because I don't think that you must be having any weaknesses, or you won't share maybe. But I would like to know your strength.
Just to answer that point, everyone has weaknesses, but it's how you can overcome it, or how you can focus on your strengths
Right.
makes you different. And when it comes to strength, I believe it's very simple or basic things. It's my dedication towards my work, my passion towards my work. I believe I love my work, and I live and breathe digital marketing. So that does not make me feel tired. That's the best part. And since I love what I do, I only enjoy doing it more and more. So it's hard work, sincerity, and honesty towards my work that are my strengths.
Which would be like top 3 websites or blogs, or maybe I can tell applications which you cannot do, which you can't do, without which you can't do in your daily life.
I'll say podcasts. There are 3 podcasts that I listen a lot, and that are part of my day-to-day lives. Some are full of wisdom, and some are full of inspiration, or give me insights about life and beyond. So one is the Ranveer Show. It is there. It has been hosted by Ranveer Alabadia, one of my favorite podcaster. The second is BK Shivani. I think she is wonderful, and I'm fond of her wisdom that she has. She has, and it just calms your mind and gives you direction and
the voice
focus.
itself.
And third is, I think, Jay Shetty. I'm fond of his book, which is Think Like a Monk. Everyone should read it. It's a wonderful book. It's more on spirituality, but yeah, these 3 are the ones that I always look forward to, and I don't miss out on any of their episodes or their podcasts.
And so this is what we think we got to learn about Vivek Nathwani and your company, the social amplifiers. So whom do you think is the amplifier in your life apart from social amplifier?
I think the biggest amplifier in my life would be my mother. The backing she has given me all through my ups and downs is immense, and I couldn't imagine anyone else. Apart from that, I'll still say that the family itself, I have a huge family. It could be maternal, family, and paternal. So I'm grateful to everyone for their blessing, support, and of course not to miss out on my friends. They've been always there. They were with me when I was a normal employee, and they're still with me when I'm an entrepreneur. So I'm just thankful to all of them for their love, trust, and support.
Okay, and my last question, not a question, but my last request to you to pass on a message for the Startup Growth Show, which we are organizing physical on 16th of January. What would you like to pass on to the startups who have just started and moving forward with that enthusiasm and zeal, because there are a lot of disturbances they will be facing in the later stage of the businesses. So what would be one simple message for them?
First of all, I would like to invite all these startup entrepreneurs to come to the vyapaarjagat startup conclave on 16th of January. It's only going to add value to your life, and you are not just going to attend that event, but you are also going to learn from a lot of other entrepreneurs who are probably in the same track as you are. and who are still discovering and who are still finding a path to success. So do join it. That's first. Second, of course, any startup or any business has its own ups and downs and challenges. And through these challenges, we come to know a lot. We learn new set of things. So keep learning, keep exploring, and never give up, because you never know. At the end of the tunnel, you may see the light. So just keep going and marching forward.
Excellent and absolutely true. I agree to whatever you said, and I hope that it can be an inspiration for a lot of people who's watching this show. And I really am so grateful, and you are a wonderful soul to talk with and to learn with.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.